everyone, Jenny here, New Normal Connections. Like I said, our first interview is going to be with my son Caleb. So this is my baby boy, 22 years old, Caleb, born to us February 21st, 1998-ish.
Wrong.
No. So, yeah, 92, 94, 96. 96, he was born in 96. I'm just kidding. So, anyway, yeah, the youngest of the three, our little wild buck, our fearless little guy, and like, I guess many have described him, he was always wild and energetic and a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun to raise. So as you know, Caleb decided to lead our family on a journey. One that we would not have opted for, however, having gone through it and learned what we learned from it, we all really do agree it's one of the best things that happened to our family. God pulled us through and together in ways that we couldn't have known outside of this. So we, now understand when he says, just, be thankful in everything. But he does make it all work out for you good, because as you see, sitting here today clean for a year and a half,
Yep.
Celebrating life. So it's good. It's good. It's a good thing. So Caleb, having gone through this, I guess let's go back to before meth. What was your life like? Growing up, family dynamics. What was all that? Describe some of that to us.
I guess growing up, it was pretty good. Never had any real issues until probably about 7th grade when my dad went overseas. That was the first kind of real traumatic thing that happened in my life.
Why?
I mean,
Just afraid.
somebody that was there all my life was just gone. So, and it kind of hit me kind of hard. It messed with my school a little bit. I know one of my teachers, Miss Jacob, she started seeing changes. She pulled me to the side one day and was like, "We know your dad's gone and we see that and everything, but you got to act right, And so it was making me do stuff I shouldn't have been doing in school. And then, as I got older and stuff, my dad got back perfectly fine and everything, so that was good. But
was that when he went to
Iraq?
He left on your 13th birthday?
He left before it.
Right before your 13th, and came back and was.
I don't even think it was my 13th. I think it was my 12th.
And then he
13th.
Came back on your 13th, and we surprised you.
And I had a surprise. That was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
My dad come back and waited out for 2 days to wait for my birthday, and surprised me on my birthday. So that was pretty cool.
Was fun.
It was good to have him back. And then I guess when he got back, I was really relieved and stuff. But the anxiety and stuff of him getting sent back was always there. I went through it once, so I'd probably have to go through it again. Thank God I haven't. He ain't been back over since then. So, but then in high school, I was a teenage boy, having fun, doing things I shouldn't have, but got me a job at Bilo.
Yeah.
That was not fun. But
it was fun for me.
I wrestled. I had pretty good grades except for in English. I was always, I tell everybody, I was always pretty smart, but English just wasn't my thing. You can't tell.
And humble. You were humble.
So I got through high school pretty good. I didn't get kicked out, but I made my own way out. When I was 17, me and my brother got into a fight, and I got in trouble for it, so I decided to leave. and started drinking real bad. That was about the time I started drinking real bad. Went back home.
What now? You got into a fight with your brother?
And Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you
I
left
left.
then?
Mm-hmm. Remember? Next day I left the house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I left at your your gym.
Left from the gym.
And I stayed with my aunt for a couple days. Well, no, a couple days, and then I went and stayed with a buddy, and we was both drinking real bad, and I guess that's pretty much when my drinking problem started. But before that, I wasn't able to drink I wasn't able to sneak around and drink because, Mom always had rules, had to abide by them rules and everything. But if that wouldn't have been the case, I think it would have started earlier, because there's always been something that's, for me, that I needed a way to get away. I needed something to take me out of reality, and I guess substances have always been that way before I even knew it. So, it's been hard, and I never knew I had a problem until I really got on meth, because I was like, well, screw it, drinking's illegal, I can do it, or no, drinking is legal, not illegal, I can do it because it's fine, the law says I can, so it doesn't matter if I'm drunk all the damn time. But then I quickly figured out that wasn't true, and I had a problem drinking, but I was so far gone on that I just didn't even care anymore. It was filling a hole I needed filled, and
what was the hole it was filling?
Anxiety, depression, stuff like that. I really don't even know what exactly
was broken that made
what was that wrong. I've never been able to put my finger on it, and I still go through that problem. Mm-hmm. But something was there that was always driving me to using a substance, using something. Mm-hmm. I've chewed tobacco since I was 12 years old. It's been something pretty much, as far as I can remember, since I was 12. There's something been wrong, something I needed help with.
Do you remember before you started using, and I guess you were still in high school, you wrote a poem or a letter on my computer.
My suicide poem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You had a poem on there, and thank God you made sure I read it. You let me know it was there, so I went and read it. And what was going on?
I tried to let you know it was there, and so you didn't read it, but you did. Both my brothers were overseas. Mm-hmm. Going back to somebody being overseas, they're gone. You don't know what's going to happen with them and everything. And I love my family a lot, and when you don't know what could happen to them, it changes everything in your mind. And some people can't handle it, and I'm one of them people. It's kind of tough for me. Mm-hmm. And my brothers were overseas. I was in school, and I like writing poems, which I don't write them anymore. I was in high school. I've never shared any of my poems. I just wrote them just to kind of get away in my own head. I think if I wouldn't have wrote that poem, I probably would have, went a little crazy in my head and maybe done something. Mm-hmm. You probably still got the poem right there on the computer. But, it was definitely a deep and dark poem. I showed it to my teacher, Mama done put me in therapy for it and everything.
Which was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I enjoyed that. I had somebody to talk to and all that, but I showed it to my teacher and she was like, I think I need to call the guidance counselor. And I said, no, I'm already in therapy, it's okay. So that was kind of funny, but I showed it to her and she's like, that's some Edgar Allan Poe stuff. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, then that's how dark my mind gets a little bit, you know. So, but yeah, that was a rough time. You know, I was able, thankfully, to leave classes to answer phone calls from my brothers because I never knew when they were going to come in, and all my teachers knew that it was possible for them to come in. You know, they were both in Afghanistan, different parts of Afghanistan, but. So they weren't even together, and that's, you know, that would have been better. It kind of took a little weight off the shoulders if I knew they were both right there beside each other, covering each other's backs. But yeah, then I got out of high school when I was 17, not far after that poem. I enlisted myself. I went into the Air Force and made it in over at McIntyre and National Guard, doing aircraft fuel systems. And life was going pretty good. I got in trouble in basic training for getting into a fight. And then I got in trouble in AIT, which is tech school. It's advanced individual training. I got in trouble for drinking. Who would have thought? And that happened. That could have got me kicked out because I was underage at the time. So I get back. I was put on I believe it was a 6-month probation. If I got in trouble again, I could get something farther than an Article 15, which, I mean, it wouldn't have got me kicked out right away, but it would have. You can't get promoted when you have many things like that on you. So I got back, you know, I drank at home, didn't do it at work, didn't get in any trouble, and it was going pretty good. Me and Stephanie were together from February of 2014, but I didn't actually make it official until March of 2014. So I went into the military November 29th of 13. While I was 17, I swore in. And then I believe it was July, no, it was before then, April, May. It was the last week of school. So May of 2014. And I left for there. I got back from tech school in October, and I did my 90 days of on-the-job training. That was pretty good money and everything. And I was living with Stephanie, still drinking bad. And then in 2015, I decided it was a good idea to break up with Stephanie. And
what was your thinking behind that? What?
I don't know. We weren't too happy. A lot of it was my drinking. I was getting aggravated with everything.
Because that was actually in like September of 2015.
Yeah, it was September. And, you know, it was just with my anxiety and depression that has been going on for many years now, which even before I even met Stephanie and all that, you know, it was starting to get worse, and it's hard to control, and it's hard for somebody to stand by somebody with problems like that and everything. And I just got to the point where I didn't want it anymore, and so I left, and I started living back with my mom. And after that, I started going and staying with my buddy. and his girlfriend's cousin had just got out of jail, and he knew how to make meth, and when and I already knew that. I already knew the guy was on meth and everything like that. But he was staying over there at my buddy's too, and we got together and we get talking, and he was like, "Well, if you want to make some money, I can make some meth and we can sell it, yada yada yada." Well, I was in the military at the time, and I had a good bit of money, so I was like, "All right, I can throw the amount it costs to get the supplies and everything. We can make it." And that, I believe that was in October he got out. So, and it was probably right around November when I started staying over there. So it was about mid-November. So he started making it, and he was selling it and giving me the profit off of it. One night in December, I got drunk. I was probably about a bottle of Fireball in, a gallon of Fireball in, and that's how much I drank. Was about a gallon a night, and I decided I was going to try meth. I was going to smoke meth for the first time, and that was probably one of the worst decisions of my life. I quit drinking, and so I wasn't drunk and awake all the time because I drank to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then I was drunk and awake, and that wasn't what I wanted. So then I just started using meth, and when that happened, I was just high, and time went by so fast, I didn't have time to worry about everything. So, but
yeah, I remember and some of this has already been discussed, but when I found your user's kit, and it was all of your needles and your wraps and stuff and some meth, but there was also a bottle of pills, and I remember the officer saying, "He's playing a very dangerous game."
Yeah, those were sleeping pills.
He said people who have insomnia take these pills, and he said he's messing with his heart. And I remember just thinking, golly, that's bad. I don't want to get into too much of the meth stuff tonight. You and I are gonna, I guess, do a couple segments of this.
Yeah.
Kind of break it down and keep it in bite-sized pieces. I just wanted to go over. So we did go over how it came about, and I did say in the introduction video that it was your choice. I mean, the meth could be there all day long. You choose to use it, but the good thing is you're letting us into the world of knowing why it was ever a temptation, or why why you would have ever even thought to do something like that to yourself.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So, but we will stop it now and keep this one kind of short and sweet. Thank you for opening up and for sharing what you shared. However, the next video or two may be a little more graphic, and we just want to warn everybody.
Probably will.
Yeah. And
once it starts getting into it, I start losing my trust more for people, and start having to watch my back a little bit, because what looked all sunshiny, making money and getting high, turns into people steal. People that ain't got no morals or values have been growing up like that, versus me who just walked into it. I mean, they do anything they can to get what they want, and they'll hurt you for it.
So it gets, so we'll share some of that in the next video, and just try to educate a little bit more on this and what life looks like walking this out with someone that you love. So thank you, son.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in a couple days. God bless you. Have a good day.